A tale of a haunted house? Tonight's chilling tale comes from subscriber at Carlmaster 9690, who brings us a story that blurs the line between neighborly coincidence and a shared haunting. This isn't just a ghost in the attic or footsteps in the hall. This spirit didn't confine herself to one home. She lived between two, and her presence was felt in every corner. I was born in October 1996 into an Edwardian terraced house in Erdington, a quiet suburb of Birmingham, England. By the time I arrived, my family had already been living in that house for 6 years. A normal home in a normal street. At least that's what we thought. My brother and I shared the middle bedroom, and even as a small child, I knew something was off about that room. Even when I was completely alone, I never felt alone. At night, I would lie in bed, always facing away from the wall, because I felt it, something behind me, watching, not just staring but looming, standing over me as I slept. The only comfort I had was knowing my older brother was across the room. If I got too scared, I could whisper his name, and somehow, just hearing his voice would make the feeling go away. Even then it didn't make sense, but I knew something was there. That middle bedroom? It hadn't always belonged to us. Before I was born, it was my parents' master bedroom. And my mum, she had stories too. She'd tell us how, late at night, she'd feel someone sit down on the bed next to her. No creaking floorboards, no voice. Just the unmistakable pressure of someone, or something, lowering itself onto the mattress. She'd flick on the lights in a panic, only to find no one there. And yet, she was certain someone had been sitting beside her. It wasn't just us. In 1998, our neighbor came over, visibly shaken. He said he'd seen something, a woman, dressed in white, standing in his bathroom. She didn't speak, she didn't move, she just stared back at him. Frozen with fear, he closed the door and locked himself in the bedroom. Now you have to understand. This was 1998. He worked night shifts and slept during the day. His mobile phone was basic, if he had one at all. The landline, downstairs. He was alone and trapped. He stayed in that bedroom until his wife came home from work, and from that day forward, he would not talk about it again. Sometime later, we came to realize something deeply unsettling. The lady in his house, the one in the white dress. We believe it was the same spirit that haunted our middle bedroom. I honestly don't remember how this connection was made, or who confirmed it. But deep down, I knew it was true. The energy was the same. That presence I'd felt watching me all those years. That soft pressure at the end of my mum's bed. That silent woman in white. It was her. In 2001, we moved. We left that house behind and moved across the country. And since then, nothing's followed us. No unexplained shadows, no nightly visitors, no women in white. Looking back, I don't believe she meant any harm. There was something gentle about her, something warm. But as a 4-year-old, I didn't understand the difference between a gentle ghost and a malevolent one. All I knew was that I was being watched, and that's never a comforting feeling, even if it isn't evil. To this day, I've tried to find information on that house, to figure out who she might have been, but there's nothing. No records, no names, no history, just a presence that lived between two homes. A spirit no one invited, but one who never truly left, until we did.